All right, what's happening, everybody? We're going to talk about most common mistakes that management makes when terminating employees. When you have to terminate someone, I think everybody has the perspective of like Wolf of Wall Street.
A new issue day!
And that's just like not whatsoever how you terminate people. You never, ever, in my opinion, do that. There's terminations and then there's separations. One thing to note is that when someone gets terminated, it should never be by surprise. They should know that it's coming. Hence why you shouldn't be like, you're fired, right? It's a mutual conversation that takes place, and it's a separation. Because the last thing you want is you don't want some disgruntled employee or ex-employee, I should say, going around and bashing your company brand and you and saying all these negative things that just aren't true. The way that you go about this is super important. And for one bad employee review is like 10 to 20 bad customer reviews. The magnitude of an ex-employee's bad review is really, really hard on a business, especially now with a tough labor market. So it should never be a surprise. That's number one. It should never be a surprise if somebody's getting let go. Leading up to somebody being let go, there should be critical conversations. There should be an improvement plan. There should be a deadline of when there needs to be progress or improvement or deletion of bad activities from the employee. So there should be a plan in place, okay? Some type of improvement plan. Stuff needs to be documented, all right? This protects you as a business, all right? Number two is document everything. So if you have a disciplinary write-up, that needs to be documented, needs to be talked about with the person. And then if they don't get better, then obviously a result could be that, hey, we're gonna release you from our employment. And that's how I would describe it. So the way that you tell someone that you're letting them go is, hey, Winston, we've had a couple conversations already before. We really needed XYZ to improve. It hasn't. Because of that, we've decided that we're going to release you from our employment starting today, or starting tomorrow. We appreciate all that you've done. If you have any questions, let us know. Right. Short and sweet. So number three concept here is make your termination statement short and sweet. Okay, short and sweet. It does not need to be a long drawn out thing. You know, the mistake a lot of people make is they get into this whole oh, I'm sorry, and it's not you. It's almost like this dating thing, right? When you have a breakup, it's not you, it's me. It's no. Just be factual, okay? Don't say you're sorry. Don't have any regrets. Don't leave a door open, all right? If you're going to let this person go, let them go. Be done with it. So another area where lots of managers and owners make mistake is they let someone go and then they don't tell the team. So then there's kind of this weird thing that happens where it's Josh got taken off the schedule or Josh was removed from, the Slack communication channel. And then everybody's kind of wondering what happened. Personally, I think you're better off to make that statement, make that announcement. So that way there's no question marks. And again, it shouldn't be a surprise, right? I may send a message to the team and say, hey, everybody, just a quick announcement. Just so everybody knows, Josh, blah, 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 no longer works with us. We release him from our employment. We wish the best for Josh, but it was mutual that this wasn't the best place for him to work. And so we are currently helping him find his next job. Be thinking about Josh and keep him as a friend. In the meantime, we're going to be moving forward. And then you may make an announcement. We are looking for a new hire in this position. Rather than it be sitting around this weird feeling for all the employees and staff of they don't know why that person got let go. They might be thinking, things are bad. There isn't as much work. There's not opportunity here. Maybe I should start looking for a new job. People will think the worst. I guess this is number 4. Point number 4 is let the team know. Let the team know the truth. You are better to tell your team the truth first rather than the disgruntled employee take it to Facebook or take it to social media or take it to, somewhere in public, and then your current employees hear about it from the ex-employee, and they're probably going to hear a different story. You as the business want to control the narrative. That's why it's really good to tell your team what's happening. Even though it can be a little awkward and it can, people might have questions. Again, generally it should never be a surprise. Like, you're not letting go of an employee unless, why would you let go of somebody that's performing great? You wouldn't do that. You would let go of somebody that's not performing well. So that's one of those things. What else here? I think other places that management they just get stuck and they don't do a good job is, you may genuinely let go of someone, and it might not be because they're a bad person. It just might not be a great fit. Like, sometimes we just pick the wrong people. So, you may pick somebody to be a mover. They just don't have it. It's just not for them. Help that person find their next job. There's a resource that we have for clients and anybody that does our online courses, the Moving Team Master Plan. In the termination and separation method, we have in there an employee assistance package. So when you separate and release someone from your employment, it's a little printout that has a bunch of links to useful interviewing tips, how to build a really good resume, local major employers in the area. So you can build this employee assistance package, which is just a sheet of paper, right? And it has a bunch of useful information. When you release that person from your employment, you give that to them, say, hey, this is, an employee assistance package. This will help you get off to a good foot in your job search. Even though it didn't work out with us here, let us know if we can help you and connect you with a different employer. We would be more than happy to, right? If that's the conversation, then do that. If the person stole from you or they were drunk on a job site, you might not do that, right? So it's all situational. But some people, the job's just not for them. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. Just kind of know there's some mentality between separation and then termination. Termination is probably going to be they really broke a major policy and it's okay, we are cutting you. Separation is we're not getting the performance or the engagement out of the employee that we need and expect. So we're going to choose to mutually separate. All in all, just know that terminating employees is not it's not the funnest part of the job. It's probably the least fun. And just know it's not like you see it on the movies. It's not like you see it on social media. It's not you getting in somebody's face and yelling at them and then spitting, with a finger pointing in their face that they're fired. I've never done that, and I never will, because it's not the right way to do it. This is a human being. This is a person. So the right way to go about it is to mutually have a conversation. And if you're going to let them go, be honest. You do need to tell them why. Okay, you need to tell them why. Hey, we've decided that we're gonna release you from our employment because XYZ. And that XYZ should not be a surprise. Just really make that an important piece in your business, because if you just let people go, well, they're gonna run off and file for unemployment benefits, and then that can come back to hurt you as a business, because if they qualify for it, right? They don't qualify for unemployment benefits if they got let go due to their lack of performance. If they got let go because the business had financial hardship or because they didn't have enough hours, that could then justify them getting unemployment benefits. And you as the employer, if somebody files for unemployment, you're gonna know, right? You're gonna get some mail, right? So you want to try to prevent that stuff as best as you can. You're not going to be perfect. Trust me. If you've been in business for more than a year or two, then you know. But if your process is really sound, you document extremely well, you don't make it a surprise, you have a conversation, help people find their next job if they're not a bad person, right? Keep a good relationship there. You'll be fine. So those are the big points, big takeaways. If this was helpful, give us a thumbs up. And if you got some ideas, for videos you'd like us to do. Put in the comments what you'd like us to talk about. We do a weekly video here in our Facebook group every single week. The only time I might not do it is over a holiday. Our goal here is to provide 10x the amount of value that anybody ever pays our company at MoveUp. And so we are on a mission to be a value-driven company. We want to instill and equip as many people as possible so they can run a successful business, especially on the people side. With that being said, I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys next week.